Okay, so I think I figured out a way to make a shmup using RPG Maker. As you can see, we have the spaceship, we have a shot that it's shooting, and we have enemies that are moving toward the spaceship. Now, this here is what controls everything. The player starts here and is invisible. Uh, Up and down are two player touch events. We'll focus on up for now. So if you press up on the D-pad, it'll move your invisible player up, and you'll activate the player touch event. The first thing that event does is it determines if you're already at the maximum altitude. If not, it moves this entity up by one. And it'll also move a similar event that's in front of the entity that's going to be making these shots up along with it. Uh, then it'll transport you back to the middle spot, and it'll face you to the left or to the right, let's say. And I'll get to that in a moment. If you go down, same thing happens. It checks to see if you're at the maximum level. If not, it moves you down by one, and it moves the event that shoots down by one. And then it puts you back here, and it faces you to the right. So if you press right on the D-pad, nothing happens with this, because this is essentially an NPC and it's impassable. Uh, this can easily be done by making an impassable piece of scenery that doesn't have graphics. Um, but there's an entity on top of it that's the action button triggers. So if your guy's here, and so you go up here and it moves the spaceship and then it puts him back here facing this way. So if you press the action button, it'll activate this event, and this event makes the event in front of the ship fire a bolt. So in other words, you can move up and down by moving up and down on the D-pad. It'll move your ship up and down, and every time you'll always be returned here where you're always facing right. Uh, to make it foolproof, you can make both of these activate the shooting mechanism. So even if the player presses back on the D-pad, they can still press the action button and still fire a shot. So to the player, pressing up moves them up, pressing down moves them down, and pressing the action button always shoots a bolt. The rest of this is just pretty easy. You can use a random number generator to place any one of these entities anywhere around here. You can use turn the visibility on or off so that you can recycle the same enemies, and just like when it gets destroyed, its graphic disappears. It teleports over here. Random number generator puts it here, and then it'll because of a parallel event, it'll respawn. In other words, turning its graphic back on and going this way again. So this is just basic collision. If this touches this, it causes the graphic to disappear, possibly by turning a switch. And then a series sets in motion that puts it back here to a neutral position, randomly places it somewhere in here, turns the graphic back on, and moves it again. And this is, I would probably make this a third entity. I would have the shooting entity, take this, probably hide it somewhere up here, invisible, and anytime you shoot, it'll put it back here, turn it visible again, and then move it this way. And at that point, just simple collision. If this touches one of these, like I said earlier, it'll turn off the graphic. It'll usually probably by turning a switch, put it back here, reset it, etc. And then this will turn off its graphic, return to a neutral position, and the whole sequence repeats. It's extremely basic. You can only shoot one shot at a time, and you'll probably have some issue with these things and this thing moving at the same time, which would cause them to switch places. So you might have to deal with something like that, but it is entirely possible to use RPG Maker to create a shmup. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk.